Have you ever stared down a plate of broccoli and thought, that's totally gross? For most of us, that's just being picky. But for some people, vegetables don't just taste bad. They're terrifying. I'm talking about Lachanophobia, the fear of vegetables. Yes, you heard me right. Not snakes, not clowns, not taxes, but vegetables. Now, before you laugh too hard, let's get something clear. Lachanophobia is a real phobia. It's rare, but it exists. And for the people who have it, it's no joke. So today we're diving deep into what Lachanophobia really is, why it happens, and how people deal with it, right here on History of Food. The word Lachanophobia comes from the word lachanon, the Greek word for vegetables, and phobia, meaning fear. Put it together and you get fear of vegetables. Simple, right? But the experience isn't simple at all. For someone with this phobia, vegetables can trigger full-on panic symptoms such as rapid heartbeat, sweating, shaking, even nausea. It's not about disliking the taste. Lots of people don't like Brussels sprouts. Lachanophobia goes way beyond that. It's about anxiety and fear. To a person with the condition, a vegetable can feel as threatening as a spider to an arachnophobe, or as terrifying as public speaking to, well, almost everyone. So why would anyone develop a fear of vegetables? The causes aren't fully understood yet, but psychologists have a few ideas. First, traumatic experience. Maybe someone had a choking incident as a kid involving peas, carrots, or some other veggie. That negative association can stick around. Second, childhood pressure. Remember when adults forced you to eat your greens before you could leave the table? For some kids, that pressure becomes more than just annoying. It turns into real anxiety. Next is texture and appearance. Vegetables can be slimy, stringy, or oddly shaped. Think about eggplant or okra, or even a massive zucchini. For someone with sensory sensitivities, that weirdness can be unsettling. Lastly, the underlying anxiety disorders. Sometimes Lachanophobia isn't just about veggies. It's part of a bigger pattern of anxiety, where the brain latches onto a specific trigger. So while you might laugh at the idea of being scared of spinach, remember, phobias aren't rational. They don't have to make sense. That's the tricky part. Now, for you to understand people battling with Lachanophobia, let me give you a glimpse of their everyday life. Picture this. They are at a restaurant with friends. Everyone's ordering something nice. You spot the burger section. Thank the heavens. And then, sadly, the burger comes with lettuce, tomato, onion. Suddenly, you're in panic mode. For someone with Lachanophobia, vegetables aren't background side dishes. They're landmines. You never know when one will pop up. Grocery stores become stressful obstacle courses. Social events involving food turn into potential nightmares. It's exhausting. Most people with phobias develop avoidance behaviors. For Lachanophobia, that means avoiding any situation where vegetables might appear. That could be skipping certain restaurants, refusing dinner invitations, or sticking to very limited diets. Some even go as far as meticulously checking every meal, asking for things to be served plain, or sticking to processed foods where veggies aren't a surprise. It's not just picky eating. It's survival mode. But here's the catch. Avoidance tends to reinforce the fear. The more you avoid, the scarier vegetables become. That's why professional help is often needed. The good news? Like other phobias, Lachanophobia can be treated. The most common approaches include, number 1, cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. It helps people reframe their thoughts about vegetables and slowly desensitize themselves. Second option, exposure therapy. The gradual introduction of vegetables in non-threatening ways. maybe looking at pictures first, then handling a raw veggie, and eventually working up to tasting one. Number 3, relaxation techniques. It includes breathing exercises, mindfulness, and grounding methods to reduce panic when confronted with fear. Lastly, support groups. Sometimes just knowing you're not alone makes a huge difference. Recovery isn't instant, but progress is possible. People really do overcome this. At this point, you might be wondering, why does this matter? If someone's scared of veggies, can't they just not eat them? Well, here's the thing. Vegetables are a major source of nutrients. Cutting them out completely can impact health long term, but it's not just about nutrition, it's about quality of life. Imagine dreading dinner parties, avoiding restaurants, or worrying about what's on your plate every single day. That kind of constant stress wears you down. So yes, it's funny on the surface, but for the people dealing with Lachanophobia, it's a genuine struggle that deserves compassion. Now, if you know someone who struggles with this, the best thing you can do is don't make fun of them. Teasing or forcing someone to just eat it only makes the fear worse. Instead, be patient. Respect their boundaries. Encourage them if they're in treatment, and support their progress, whether that's touching a carrot for the first time or actually managing to taste a small bite without panicking. Small victories mean a lot. And for anyone watching this who might suspect they have Lachanophobia, you're not alone. It might feel embarrassing, but remember, phobias are common. Yours just happens to involve vegetables, and with the right help, you can overcome it. Next time you hear about someone being scared of vegetables, try to remember, it's not just about being picky, it's about fear, anxiety, and a very real psychological challenge. And hey, if you don't have Lachanophobia, maybe take a moment to appreciate that you can eat your veggies without panicking. That's a privilege most of us don't think about. So whether you're munching carrots like Bugs Bunny, or hiding from kale like it's a horror movie monster, at least you now know the story behind Lachanophobia, the phobia that makes vegetables scarier than Halloween. It's a reminder that what seems small to one person can be huge to someone else. And with understanding and the right support, even the scariest broccoli can eventually lose its bite. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other bingeable channels. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution.